What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103, and welcome to the first episode of the Blaugrana Faithful Podcast. Now, this is going to be the podcast I plan to do maybe once or twice a week. Basically, just going to go over everything that's happening around the club, all the news, and everything related to Barcelona. We're just going to talk about here. Maybe elaborate on a lot of things that I can't elaborate on, like transfer videos. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and we're going to begin. And the first topic, I'll list all the topics we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about Depay to Barcelona, Thiago to Liverpool, Dest to Barcelona or Bayern, talk about our selling players problem, talk about the Setien situation, and then we're also going to talk about the motion of no confidence. Now, let's first talk about Depay to Barca. Now, Depay to Barca, as reported by the top journalist in the Dutch, I think his name was Mike Bergwith, someone like that. It starts with a V of the Telegraph and Fabrizio Romano. The deal to Barca for Depay to come to Barcelona is done. Transfer fees agreed, personal terms agreed. Only problem is that Barcelona need to get rid of Luis Suarez before Depay can come in. Depay, the transfer is 25 million plus 5 million in bonuses. All Barcelona have to do now is just give the money to Lyon. They basically told Lyon, we're going to pay you 25 million plus 5. Lyon were like, yep, we're good with that, no worries. Barcelona told them, all right, we should sell Luis Suarez first, then we'll come and get Depay. They said, okay. Now, it's obviously been a very, very, long time since the deal broke through, and we still haven't sold Luis Suarez, and we still don't have Memphis Depay. Now, today, Memphis Depay has been rumored to be linked with the swap deal for Lucas Paqueta of AC Milan, reported by De Marzio, who is reliable in Italy, but, has had some, off moments. And this hasn't come out from Fabrizio Romano yet, that's why I'm not really panicking that much. But it's just so terrible to see that Barcelona cannot sell players. It's so ridiculous. The amount of dead wood we have at the club is ridiculous. Semedo, Jordi Alba, Arturo Vidal sell the club, Luis Suarez sell the club, Neto. I don't know why he's here if we're gonna promote Iñaki Peña. There is so much that we need to get rid of. And then we can't bring anyone in until we get rid of players. Vidal's in the same situation as Depay. His deal to AC Milan is also a done deal. 500k in variables plus bonuses. Very similar to the Rakitic deal we sold to Sevilla. But Inter Milan need to get rid of Diego Godin first. And Diego Godin is being rumored to join Cagliari, the team in Serie A. And that deal stalled, but now it's kind of picking up pace. So hopefully he'll be sold soon. And then Vidal can join. Now, Vidal's been training with Barcelona for the past few days, and he's kind of going through the motion because he already said his goodbyes and everything. He went to Milan, then they realized the deal still, so he had to fly back and train again. It's been kind of weird for him. He's kind of feeling the same way as Depay is, but it's just a mess all over the place at Barcelona. Bartomeu cannot run this club, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, today it's been confirmed that Thiago has joined Liverpool, and this one really hit me hard because back in 2012 we sold Thiago under Sandro Rosell, who's probably the second worst president we've ever had. We sold him for 25 million to Bayern Munich. At that time, Thiago was mostly on the bench, but every time he came on, he performed at a world-class level. I would compare him to a Ricky Puig now, but a little bit older. And I think in that moment, a little bit more talented. Ricky Puig maybe have a better career, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying in the moment that Ricky Puig is in now, in the moment that Thiago was in at that point, Thiago was better. And we sold him for 25 million. At the time, Sandro Rosell comes out and said, oh, we just sold a bench player for 25 million. That's great. First of all, Real Madrid are selling their bench players for freaking 50 million. They just sold Reguilon to Tottenham for 30 million with the buyback clause for 45. So, right there, you're dusted. Second thing is that you sold one of the youngest, most talented players that Lionel Messi has ever created for 25 million. And it's just that's one of the worst sales I've ever experienced as a Barcelona fan. That one really hit me. He's gonna be the future of our team, and then you just sell him for a ridiculously cut price. And the worst thing is that it was Pep Guardiola that bought him. Anyways, you have the opportunity to buy him now. He's probably, I would say, in the top 5 best midfielders in the world at this current stage. And now we've been given the opportunity of a lifetime to sell him. I mean, not to sell him, sorry, to buy him. But we didn't even approach him. And there were rumors that Thiago would say, like, yeah, I'd come back to Barcelona. Why not? It's my home. He went on vacation there. He was literally 2 meters away from Bartomeu, and Bartomeu doesn't want to negotiate with him. And I can tell you this right now. If you know me, I'm on Twitter every day. Twitter's like my number one social media, thing, whatever you want to use it, whatever I use the most. Every single day since I would say 2017, when our midfield was absolutely dire with Denis Suarez and Rafinha on the bench, I've been seeing people crying out for Thiago. That summer in 2017 when we sold Neymar, everyone was saying the first player to buy was Thiago. We have the opportunity to buy him, 30 million, which is basically a 5 million loss on what we sold him for, and we don't even approach him. This man would literally walk into our midfield. He is the best midfielder, one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Man of the match in the Champions League final, and you do not approach him. La Masia, born and bred, Spanish, and you do not even approach him. But you want to go for Jorginho Wijnaldum. Are you mad? Wijnaldum is just a passion merchant. He's just going to go off, And I know that Coleman coached him in the Dutch national team. But it's like, come on, man. Wijnaldum? Like, seriously? We're buying every single player that broke our heart. Remember we're linked to Manolas next? Like, come on, man. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, if we approached him and he said no, fine, we put the effort in, we at least said something. We didn't even say anything. The only reason why there was rumors about Thiago coming to Barcelona is because us fans were making the rumors. We were the ones making the links. The Cat Radio came out numerous amounts of times and said that Barcelona are not interested in bringing Thiago back. Top source in Barcelona saying that Barcelona don't want to bring him back. And it's just like this agenda of not bringing back players that we sold, I find is ridiculous. Like, if a player, Johan Cruyff said that, if you reject Barcelona, you should never come to Barcelona again. I agree with that, but if you were a La Masia player that was forced to leave and you had the opportunity to come back, I say bring him back. Like, it's just ridiculous. I hate the agenda that Barcelona has of not bringing back players. Like, we brought back Denis Suarez, we can sure as hell bring back Thiago. Alright? That's all I'm saying on that. Now he's at Liverpool. He's gonna, walk into the midfield and probably help them to win the Premier League. It's gonna be good to watch him in the Premier League, to be honest. I think I'm gonna enjoy it, but much rather see him in the Barcelona shirt. Now, the next player we're going to talk about is Serge Dest of Ajax. Ajax right back. This is probably the first fullback we've been linked to all summer, which is the position I think should be our number one priority. Rumors are right now that he has agreed a 4-year contract plus a 1-year option with Bayern Munich. Personal terms agreed. Now, I do believe that he would rather join Barcelona than Bayern. I'm going to say that straight up. I do think that he would rather join Barcelona than Bayern. But Barcelona, again, cannot sign any players until we sell someone. The only player we've sold this goddamn window is Ivan Rakitic for 1 million euros. 1 million. So, Bayern Munich are in the driving seat. Ajax want 25 million. If they can reach a deal, he's off to Bayern. And he's just going to make their team better because they need a right back. Even though they have Pavard and Kimmich who play there, but they need an out-and-out right back. They had Odriozola from Real Madrid, but his loan expired, so he went back. Even though they didn't even play him, they'd rather play Kimmich or Pavard. But this man is going to walk in and be the starting right back. Probably be able to be the best right back in the world in the next few years, just like Alphonso Davies was. And we're going to let that slip again. Now, people are saying, the Cat Radio and, close people to Barcelona saying that Barcelona want to bring him in. We are linked with him. And they want to bring him in even if we keep Semedo. If we keep Semedo and bring in Dest, something's going to happen to Roberto. There's no way we're going to have 3 right backs. No way we're going to play Roberto midfield with Alenia, Busquets, Pjanic, De Jong, Puig, Pedri, Coutinho. Roberto ain't getting close to that midfield. Barcelona ain't going to sell Roberto because he's La Masia born and bred. He's been at the club since 2010, and he's the 4th captain. Barcelona will not sell him. Then you go to Semedo. He has his agent Jorge Mendes saying that we had some offers from England for around 40 million euros, and those are just speculations. And that's just Jorge Mendes trying to get rumors going for Semedo so they can try and sell him. And it's just, again, Barcelona have been the worst at selling players. Like, our most expensive sales, of course, Neymar in 2017. Our second highest sale was Malcolm for 40 million. Our highest sale technically was 40 million because that Neymar sale was a freaking release clause. Our highest sale is 40 million. 40. So if Semedo sells for 50, he'll be technically, I would consider it our highest sale. Now, would I take Des at Barcelona? Hell yes. I just want some new fullbacks, new blood, just to bring some freshness. The things with Semedo is, we'll get to Jordi Alba in a second, but for Semedo, man, I'm on and off about him. I'm like 50 with him. This guy, I've seen this guy put in world-class performances at right back. You think about the El Clásicos, think about his last season under Valverde, I think he did well. I think he only plays, there's just a agenda that's going around right now that he only plays well with Dembele on his wing. Now I'm starting to think that's true. But I do think Semedo has what it takes to be a right back. But there's been a lot of signs this season saying that he can't. Now, if I'm the president and I get an offer for Semedo, I'm taking your hand off. But if we keep him, I don't think it'll be the end of the world. But we do need a backup right back. I do not think that Roberto can play right back. I'm going to say that now. I'm going to say it there. He was put at right back after Daniel was left because we had did we have a transfer ban? I don't think we did. I just don't think we didn't. I think we just had faith in him, I guess. I don't know what happened there. But the next summer after that, we bought Semedo. I don't think Roberto should be playing right back. I think Roberto can be like, your utility man. He's like that, the knife with the knife with a bunch of knives in it. What's that called? Like a pocket knife. He's like that. Plug him in like a hole with injuries. He'll put in 110%. That's all good. I've seen Roberto play in every single position on that field except for striker and goalkeeper. I've seen him play center mid, cam, CDM, right wing, left back, right back, center back. I've seen him play everywhere. Everywhere he plays, may not be the best, but he puts in 110%, and that's what I like about Roberto. So, we're in a situation that we're linked with the right back. We already have 2 right backs. We're going to have to sell one. We ain't going to sell Roberto, so we're going to have to sell Semedo. If we sell Semedo, Des is going to walk into starting right back. He ain't going to gel well. Roberto's going to come in, take his spot. Roberto's going to be our right back for the end of the season, and for most of the season, like in the important games. That's what I see happening right now. That's if we sell Semedo. I think if I had to make a prediction right now, I would say that Bayern Munich are going to get him. I think that we're just going to be a laughing stock again. And it's just going to be, ridiculous. Let's go on. Let's talk about Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba is dusted. He is dusted. He had probably the worst season I've ever seen him play in my career. In my career as a Barcelona fan watching. Like, excuse me. Like, that season, I think what did he get? Like, 3 goals and 5 assists, something like that, which is absolutely dreadful for a left back. And he hasn't been on it. Like, his passing is always off. He doesn't use the speed that much no more. Like, when you see him cut in, when he has the opportunity to shoot, I think that's the only thing he's improved on. When he has the opportunity to shoot, he always shoots it now instead of squaring it. Like, this guy would have an open shot, wish he could score, but instead he'll square it to Messi, see him at the far post, and then, like, a defender would cut it out. That would infuriate me. If you have the open shot, you think you can score like a 9 out of 10, take it, then take in the risk pass. That's the only thing I think he improved on this season. And other than that, I think he's been dreadful. But, Alba has been one of the best left backs that's ever played for Barcelona. You think about the Barcelona great left backs, Eric Abidal. I think he's up there. But his time at the club is done. And the fact that we renewed his contract 2 seasons ago until 2024, I think was ridiculous. I think we should have gave him a 2, maybe 3-year extension max, but instead we gave him a 4, which I think at the time was ridiculous. And we're gonna have trouble selling him because I don't think he's gonna want to leave. And I don't think anyone wants him at the moment. And Koeman trusts him. Koeman obviously had him at Valencia as a young, prospect. So no chance of Alba, leaving the season. Now we can talk about Firpo. Firpo has been linked all over the place, all over the gaff. Inter Milan, this bop, Napoli, but they've all been linked. He's been linked mostly to Serie A. Now Barcelona really try. I do think they can sell Firpo. I personally think about Firpo is that he should be given one more. He should be given one more season. For me, I've had this philosophy that if you join Barcelona, you get 2 seasons. If you're trash, adios, amigo. Same thing happened with Andre Gomez. Absolutely dire in his first season. I said, you know what? Adoption, Spain, new life, new language, blah, 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 blah. Well, not for him, but I'm just saying. Give him the season. Next season, he was even worse. Adios to Everton for 30 mil. That's always been my philosophy. Firpo, for me, gets one more chance. At the end of the day, he's a left wing back. And he's playing at left back. So it is difficult for him. But the Barcelona way is that the left back and right back are basically wing backs. Anyways, I do think we're going to walk into the new season with the same fullbacks. And I think that's an absolute disgrace. We are stocked in the attack. We are stocked in the midfield. Our defense is the weakest point. We conceded 8 flipping goals to Bayern Munich. And the only defender we've been linked to is Eric Garcia and Serge Dest, which I think is an absolute disgrace. Now, will we get Eric Garcia? I have no idea. There have been rumors that we're going to put it in a new bid. His contract ends next season, so worst comes to worst, we'll get him next season for free. Because it is 100% confirmed that he's not going to stay at City. He won't extend his contract. So either now he leaves for a bit of money, or he'll leave next season for free. And I just think that defense is going to cost us a lot of horror again this season. It's like on paper, the defense by name is good. Semedo, good right back. PK, one of the greatest center backs of all time. Lenglet, absolutely world class. Left back, Jordi Alba, and then Ter Stegen, the best keeper in the world. On paper, it's good, but on the field, they're just absolutely dire. And people say, like, oh, get PK out, he's slow, blah, 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 he's old. I think PK is still a freaking warrior. I think he's still an excellent center back. I think, like I said in my play ratings of the season, I give him 8 out of 10. I think PK is solid. First half, he comes in, he's so good. And if it wasn't for him, I think we would have lost 13 to Bayern. But we need to start the transition of, bringing PK out. Now, last season we could have brought in De Ligt, and he didn't want to come because Bartomeu told him, oh, we're going to have PK as a starting, right back. So, the right side at center back. So, just to give you a heads up. And that's why De Ligt didn't want to come, because he knew he wasn't going to get that much playing time. And he didn't want, I don't know if De Ligt played on the left side or the right side of the Juventus defense. Don't really care, but De Ligt's one of those transfers that, as a Barcelona fan, I really, really wanted. I don't know. I think De Ligt, Thiago, and I think that's all I can think of right now. Those are the 2 names that I've always wanted to see at Barcelona and we've been linked to, but have never come. A lot of the time they come. De Jong was one of the players I wanted, and he came. And I'll do that for another podcast. Think about failed transfers, but let's get back on the topic of our defense. Defense at the end of the day needs improvement, and we're gonna walk in with maybe a one new center back. The question is if we're going to sell Todibo or not. I think Todibo is going to be good. I think he's a really, really good player. We saw that against Inter. He was putting in a man of the match performance at center back. I do think Todibo has a future at Barcelona, but for some weird reason, Bartomeu just wants to sell him, just flip him, and just make some money so he can leave, just like what he did with Yeremina. I'll give him credit for that. Yeremina deal was world class from Bartomeu. Brings him in for 12 million, sells him for 30. But back on Todibo, I would keep Todibo. So I would have the 4 center backs as PK, Lenglet, Todibo, and Eric Garcia. And I would just terminate Umtiti. I don't want to get on Umtiti. Just get him out. Get him in the bin. That knee is way more, screwed up than we can fix. And the only problem with having those 4 center backs that I said is that out of the 4, 3 of them are right-footed. Now, I'm just going to Google real quick Eric Garcia just to make sure Eric Garcia has a strong foot. strong foot. I do think he's a right-footed. Okay. So we're gonna walk in with Todibo, Eric Garcia, and PK as right-footed center backs, and we're gonna have one left-footed center back in Clement Longley. Now the Barcelona way has it that you have to have a left-footed player at the left center back and left back, and a right-footed player at the right center back and right back. The way we flow the ball will not allow a right-footed center back to play at left center back. It is possible. We saw it in preseason, the other day with Araujo and Piqué, both right-footed. It worked, but it will make it difficult for that left center back spot. So we need a left-footed center back, and we haven't been linked to any. And I'm pretty sure Araujo is right-footed too. So we're gonna have Piqué, Todibo, Eric Garcia, Clement Longley, and Ronald Araujo as 5 center backs and 4 of them right-footed. Now, I forgot even to mention Araujo. So that's just Todibo done for me, to be honest, because I don't see Barcelona keeping him, bringing in Eric Garcia, and then promoting Araujo. Because I don't know if you guys saw it, but this morning, the Barcelona official Twitter account tweeted the picture of Ronald Koeman and some players with the Joan Gamper trophy. Now, we have the Joan Gamper this weekend. Every season, Barcelona take a picture of their new signings plus the Gaffa with the trophy. And the people around Koeman were Francisco Trincao, who, by the way, looks freaking fantastic. Matheus Fernandes, who hasn't even been officially unveiled as a Barcelona player. Ansu Fati, Ricky Puig, Pjanic, and you know what? I actually forgot them. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up the picture right now. Here it is. So it is Pedri, Iñaki Peña, Ricky Puig, Miralem Pjanic, Ansu Fati, Ronald Araujo, Matheus Fernandes, and Francisco Trincao. Now that tells me, according to Barcelona, those are our 8 new players, which also tells us that Araujo, Ansu Fati, and Ricky Puig, and Iñaki Peña will be getting promoted. I'll say to you now, before it even gets confirmed, they will all be first-team players next season. Now, first problem we have is that we're going to have 3 first-team goalkeepers, Ter Stegen, Neto, and Iñaki Peña, which means either Iñaki Peña is going to get loaned or Neto's going to get sold. At the end of the day, it's going to be Iñaki Peña who goes out on loan, because there ain't no way in hell any team is going to buy Neto for $20 million, even though Aston Villa just bought Emmanuel Martinez from Arsenal for $20 million. I don't think there's anyone interested in Neto, so that's going to be hard to sell. Ansu Fati is going to be a first-team player. We've known that for a couple months now. And Ricky Puig will be a first-team player, which I am absolutely over the moon, buzzing, and excited about. The only problem I have in this picture is bloody Matheus Fernandes, who hasn't even been unveiled as a Barcelona player, who's injured, and will probably go out on loan. So, back to the topic of center backs, that tells us that Araujo is going to get promoted. So if Araujo is getting promoted, we're going to have Piqué, Araujo, Todibo, Eric Garcia if we sign him, and Clement Longley. I know I'm repeating myself, but just hear me out for a second. That's going to mean that Todibo is going to be sold, maybe, 20, 25 million, that's what Barcelona wants. That could fund the Serge Dest deal. Because we all know that Bartomeu said in the interview after the humiliation that Barcelona have money, the problem is wages. Barcelona have money, the problem are the wages. We have too big of a wage bill. Now, I'll give him some slack, just a little bit of slack in the fact that Messi's making almost $1 million a week. Okay, I'll give him some slack. But how the hell is Griezmann on $400K a week? $400K! Griezmann! Dion's on $300K. Those are 2 new signings we just signed last summer. And they're on a ridiculous amount of money. Suarez is on $500,000 a week too, which if he stays, boy, you need to reduce that by half at least. He should be making $100K a week max. And then you have Clement Longley, who's crying out for a new deal, which, by the way, he absolutely freaking deserves. And he's on 60, 70K a week, and Umtiti's on 150. That's outrageous. That is poor management from top to bottom. So if we sell Todibo, it's gonna fund the Serge Dest deal. If we that's if we sell Todibo. He's been linked to a lot of places. I think we should keep him. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens over the next, I would say, few weeks, because it's the 18th today. 1, 2. We have 2 weeks and 3 days left of this transfer window, and Barcelona need to do a lot. I think if we can bring in Depay and just any sort of defender, center back, right back, left back, I don't care, just any defender, I would take it, because the fact that we already got Pedri, Trincao, Pjanic, and we promoted some Barcelona B players, I'd say that's an okay window. So that's what Barcelona have to do. They have 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, get rid of at least 3 players, bring in 2, call it a day. Maybe we need to load on some players too. Oh yeah, we gotta sell Rafinha as well. This guy is still the club. Rafinha, that's a 10 million pound player. 1 year left on his contract. So that's him, let's say at the lowest, him for 10, Todibo for 20. That's 30 right there. Barcelona already have money by cutting Rakitic, Vidal, and Suarez out of the wage bill. That could easily fund Dest and Depay. Because they're both, Depay is ready, he's ready to come in. Dest, personal terms will be a problem. Just give the money to Ajax and it'll be all good. Ajax, very good relationship with the club, and I'm pretty sure they would rather sell it to us than Bayern Munich. So that's Barcelona's task over the next 3 weeks. Sell Vidal, Suarez, Rafinha, and bring in Depay and Dest. Oh yeah, and Braithwaite is still at the club. How the hell is Martin flipping Braithwaite still here? Get rid of this guy. 10 million, 15 million. We bought him for what? We activated release clause for 18 million. Take a loss. Sell him for 10 or 15. West Ham, just take him. Someone take him. And just get rid of him. This guy won't be playing. We're going to have what? Ansu Fati, Trincao, Dembele, Messi, Griezmann, Depay if he comes in, Coutinho. That's 7 players for 4 positions. 7 players for 4 positions. That's more than enough. And you're telling me that he's going to still be playing? I don't think he'll even get a look. Maybe I don't even think he'll start in the Copa del Rey. So that's the situation on players and selling players. The next topic we're going to talk about now is the Setien situation. Setien was sacked 24 hours after the Bayern game, and he was legally informed yesterday that he was sacked. Yesterday! So Setien now is suing Barcelona for his compensation because they didn't give it to him. And if Barcelona don't pay him in time, Koeman's going to have to start coaching the games in the stands. Because the RFF or whatever the La Liga Federation is called, I don't really care. They still have Setien as our coach registered. Now, Candacer and Ondacero came out saying that we should be good. Koeman will be on the bench for the first game. There should be no problems. But the fact that there is a problem to begin with is another disgrace from Bartomeu. We're going to talk about the motion of confidence in just a second. So I just wanted to finish the Setien topic. I think Setien has been done dirty. I think they should give him the money that he deserves. He came into one of the most difficult situations and probably one of the worst. And what's the word for it? Most I can't think of the word, but he came into one of the worst Barcelona squads, the most bossiest Barcelona squads to say. Tried to implement his system, couldn't do it, and was sacked, which was inevitable. And the fact that Barcelona released that he was sacked and then appointed Koeman, and Setien was just in the background like, yo, no one's told me anything, and they just tweet that I've been sacked. It's just, I still don't know how this man is the president. Like, it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Setien, man, I applaud you. I hope you get another good coaching job in maybe the league. I hope to see you again. Maybe coaching Valencia, Villarreal, something like that. Even though they both got new managers in Unai Emery and Garcia, but I would love to see you coach one of those, teams. Enjoy your farm. Enjoy your 5 million compensation you're about to get. And I just think it's a disgrace on the president's part. Now let's talk about the president. The motion of no confidence. The motion was confirmed 2 weeks ago. They needed to get 16,521 signatures in 2 weeks. That is the biggest, signature amount, quote unquote, asked in the history of Barcelona. Motion of confidence. The last time the motion of no confidence. The last time I saw this happen was against Laporta. So Barcelona, Victor Font, they tried to get 16,521 signatures. At the halfway mark, they were at 7,000. No one thought they had a chance. 2 days before the deadline, they had 12,000. Everyone's thinking, okay, 4,000. Still a little bit impossible, but we're going to try. They finished yesterday with 20,687 signatures. The work that Victor Font has put in this motion of no confidence has been ridiculous. I pray to God that he becomes the next president, because he's got Xavi under his belt. He's going to bring in Xavi. Xavi's going to be the coach. I can see Xavi being the coach for 5 to 10 years. We need Victor Font to be the president. So they got 20,687 signatures. Barcelona confirmed yesterday saying that they received the signatures. So the next step is that they're going to require the 150,000 socios, registered socios. If you don't know what soci is, basically like an official member of the club. They're the only people. So out of the 150 of them, 20,000 came out, out of their own time and signed the signature saying that we want Bartomeu out. Now, they're going to require 150,000 socios to simple yes or no question. Do you want Bartomeu to continue? If 2/3 of them say no, elections will be called immediately. So, I'm just telling you right now, the elections are going to be called. They're going to be called before March. And now this is worrying Bartomeu, because there are rumors that he's going to resign just then and there. Cat Radio, on the Thero, Candacero all came out, the night of yesterday saying that Bartomeu is not going to resign. So, in the next 10 days, they're going to send out the mails or whatever. I don't know how they're contacted, but they're going to tell the 150,000 socios, do you want Bartomeu to continue as president? If 2/3 say no, elections will be called immediately. That's where I'm going to end the podcast today. Just keep that in mind. That in the mid-season, not even the mid-season, in the beginning of the season, we could have elections. And that is going to be big. I thank Leo for doing that interview. That just made everyone mad. And that's the reason why we got those signatures to, get to the first stage of the motion of no confidence. I thank Gerard Piqué for giving that honest interview after the game. And there are rumors that Piqué told Bartomeu to resign. But, don't really care about those. There's whatever. So keep that in mind. The motion of no confidence election could be called in the next month. They could be. Elections are set for the middle of March. They could be called in the next month. So I would strap your seatbelt, folks. These next few months of Barcelona are going to be tough. We have Champions League, La Liga, Copa. In the next podcast, I'll talk about, my predictions for each competition. And that's where I want to end this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to, at the end of each podcast, I want to answer your guys' questions. So just drop them in the comments down below in the YouTube video. And I'll, read your name out and I'll read your questions. You can make them about anything, but, it's a Barcelona channel. So if you want to keep them on football, I can answer, other questions about football if you want me to. You can ask me, I don't care, what your favorite slice of pizza is, what's your favorite fries, I don't really care. Or you can ask me, I don't know, what's your favorite airlines, I don't care. You can ask me questions, and then the next podcast, we'll have like a little 5-minute Q&A at the end of each podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you did, make sure you like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the Blaugrana Faithful Podcast. See you next time. Força Barça.